Hello everyone. I really hope this is going to work. I just had a bit of a panic because I wasn't connected to the internet, so hopefully we don't have any issues during the live. Fingers crossed. We'll see. It's showing I am live, so yeah, hopefully it doesn't play up today. Anyway, I'll just wait for a few of you to arrive. Yeah, I thought I'd do a page in my journal. Haven't kept it up as much as I'd liked, but in a minute I'll show you what I have done, because I'm not sure if I showed you the page. I did one page during a live once, and yeah, I then I done another one while I was at Craft Club, my local craft shops here runs a little craft club every month, and I've done a page during that, but I haven't done any since. So yeah, I really must get on with it really and do some more. So I thought I'd do it during the live. I had planned on doing a card today, and I was just playing about yesterday, but that's what I'd sort of started, and I was going to do butterflies on that. I think it would work. I'll show you my intentions for that in a little while, but yeah, I decided to scrap that idea and go for a page in my journal. Hi Julia, hi Stephanie, hi Lucy, hi Jill, hi Anne, hi Trisha. But yeah, so I'm going to use quite a few stamps today. Now I forgot to check to see if some of these were in stock. I know they were last time I checked. I think the only ones that I didn't check are the sentiments and the words. So I'm not sure if they are still in stock, but definitely the butterflies that I'm going to be using, they are definitely in stock still at the moment. Don't forget, you know, make sure you grab yourself a bargain with some of the stamps, because they are running out. I think Jean said a few weeks back that they're running out of red rubber, so do go and grab yourself a bargain. You can get 35% off using code TheBigSale. So yeah, there's so many nice stamps on there that are just must have, and it'd be a shame to lose out on them all. Hi Sue, Chris Smith is watching. Hi Chris. Right, I'm just gonna have a sip of drink. Right, so yeah, today I'm going to be using as a main feature these butterflies. So CI520, CI437. I said I was originally going to do them on a card, and I started sort of, I'll just lay a few out just so you could sort of see roughly what I had in mind. I was going to do like an explosion of butterflies kind of coming out. Oop, move them over a bit. I'm working off camera just so that I can see what butterflies I'm grabbing really. So yeah, I was going to do something sort of similar to that. Maybe have a smaller one there or something, you know. Oh no, that's too similar to that one, isn't it? But yeah, so I was originally going to do something like this. But as I said, I sort of sat here and thought, no, do you know what? An explosion of butterflies would look so lovely coming out of the centre of my journal page. So yeah, I don't know quite how this is going to work out, but we'll have a go. As you can see, I have already cut out a few butterflies just because I'm going to be using quite a lot of them, and I don't want you all getting bored watching me cut out that many butterflies. I think there's only so many butterflies that you can watch being stamped, coloured and cut out, isn't there? So yeah, I've already prepared some. I will be stamping some down though. Actually, I might stick them on there for the moment because I might work on my background first. I'm going to put these stamps to the side. Hi Chris, gorgeous butterflies, they certainly are. Everybody needs them in the stash, so yeah, you all need to go and grab yourself a bargain with them while you can. Right. Hi Jean. Hi Sandra. Right, now just to keep this back a little bit, I'm just going to pop a little peg on the side here. Yeah, just so it kind of, it holds it and I'm not fighting with all the pages. Right, I'm going to grab my gesso here, and no I'm not. First of all, I'm going to put my greaseproof sheets under. It's going to be a pain now, so I'm going to fold that under. Push that in as much as I can and fold it under, and then I'm going to peg it again. So I'm using the greaseproof because things are going to get quite wet, quite messy, and obviously I'm using water, and it does seep. I should have shown you the other pages, shouldn't I? Shall I show you them first? So these were the other pages. Now, while I'm working on it, the pages do get quite messy and all wrinkled and everything, but these have flattened up quite nicely. So this one I done back in, I think it was October, it must have been, because it's kind of Halloween. I'm always leaving a page in between, and another kind of Halloween themed one I've done. I don't know if I've shown you this page or not, but yeah, I think I done that one during Craft Club. Again, I think it was around the Halloween time. Right, so I'm now just going to, that's right, isn't it? Yeah, leaving my page in between. So I'm going to push that in as far as I can. Tuck that under, and I'm just going to peg that back. And then I'm just going to slide that under this page here. As I said, it's just to stop it a little bit because I'm going to be working with water and the pages are very thin, so it does seep through. Hi Debbie, hi Maisie, hi Marjorie, hi Margaret. We've got quite a few of you joined us today, which is nice, thank you. Lovely pages, thank you. I've had quite fun doing it, but I said it's sort of been a bit neglected. Right, so I've got some white gesso here. You can't quite see it, it's off screen. It's a huge tub. I'm not going to decant it into a smaller tub because things get wasted and stuff then. And I'm just going to go for it. So because I'm going to have the butterflies kind of coming from the centre, I think, and then going across diagonally like this, I'm just going to sort of work. I'm not going to apply gesso to the whole page, just sort of going diagonally across in areas, just to sort of disguise a little bit of that text. I mean, I actually really love having the text on the background of these pages. I think it works so well. But yeah, it just adds, I think, a little bit of interest when you're sort of decorating it up. Hi Caroline. Right, so I'm now just working down this side. So I'm being quite rough here. I'm not exactly putting it in any particular places. I am going to then dry this off. Where's my, oh, where can I pop that? Pop that back on the lid. I'm just going to dry this off a little because I do want to put a second coat on just to hide some of that text again, just a little bit. So you will notice here that the pages do start crinkling. As I said, it's not been too much of a problem with the other pages that I've done. I think it's worked quite well. So over time, if you just flatten it, stand something heavy on it. Obviously you need to give the book time to fully dry, because I think it does sort of seep through the page a little bit. And the last thing you want to do is go closing your book and then end up with, you know, ink seeping through and the book going mouldy and everything. So I'd suggest sort of leaving it open for a little while, letting it dry, you know, even leave it open sort of for a day or so. Just leave it to fully dry, and then you close it and stand something really heavy on it. and the pages do sort of flatten out. So I'm just applying another coat here. And again on this page. Sorry, there is going to be lots of heat gun work on this project. Right, let's get rid of that brush now. Hi Mum. Mum's been busy sharing the group, sharing the live to various places. Right, let's get rid of that gesso before I knock that over. Right, oh, I've already got some on the a huge dollop on the messy mat, which I'm just going to wipe with a kitchen roll there. Right, I'm now just going to dry this off again. Obviously, if you are doing this sort of and you're not in a rush, you could just leave it to dry. I'm a bit impatient, and yeah, I do usually dry things off with a heat gun. I don't like having to sit around waiting for things dry. I think having the heat gun is so convenient, isn't it? Hi Sue. So has anybody else done a journal? I think one of the Sues that's watching, I think, did do a few pages in a journal. I can't remember which one of you it was. It's something that I've wanted to do for quite some time, and I've said I've really wanted to do it in the book, just because of you get the lovely text behind it. Obviously you just have to make sure that it's suitable text, especially if you're showing it to people. You know, some books do have sort of sweary text in it and everything, and it's not really appropriate, is it, for people to be looking through. Right, I think that's about dry now. So you can see this page is really quite crimpled, but I said I'm not too worried about that. Right, so I'm going to be using the Pretty Gets Gritty explosion powder, and I'm going to use Zeus. So this is the black one. It's not a colour I use very often, but it's actually so pretty. It's got so many like different colours in it. There's like pinks and purples, and yeah, it's just really pretty. You know, we should try and use it a bit more. Jean did sell these on the website at one point, but I don't think it was I don't think it's on there now. I think it has now sold out. I keep meaning to start a journal. Yes, so it was Sue Kemp. Love the idea of using a real book. We'll have to give it a go. Yep, Sue, you'll have to. There's so many books out there that could be used, because I think there's so many books that end up going to landfill every year. So yeah, you just see it that you're saving a book from being thrown away. Right, I'm just giving this a spritz with water now. I know some of you are probably really cringing, because, you know, the pages are very thin. So don't go completely mad with it. And I'm just literally going to sprinkle the Pretty Gets Gritty. Now again, because I'm working in a diagonal across the page, I'm kind of sticking to that with the Pretty Gets Gritty powders. So I don't know if you can see those colours starting to sort of form. There's some lovely like teal colours in there, and a pink starting to show up. Right, I don't usually do this method of sprinkling the powders on. I'm someone that usually kind of picks them up, sort of does the smooshing technique on the messy mat. So you just look at all them colours. Obviously, the more water you add, the more they are going to, you're going to lose them colours, because they do sort of turn into you know, the darker sort of black tone. But yeah, they are, I think, beautiful. I'm just going to work slightly off of some of the paint, because then I think we're going to get more of the firework effect on that, because the powder and the water is not going to run too much. I've used a dictionary in the past. Pick out a word on the page and add your artwork to fit. That's a good idea. I'd never thought of that. Beautiful colours emerging. They certainly are. As I said, the more water you sort of add, the more you do sort of lose that sort of look. Right, I think maybe I'm going to dry that. I know there's pools there, but I'm kind of leaving them at the moment, and I might pull some of them off in a little while. I'm just going to sort of move them around. So they do dry off, but it does take a little bit of time. So I think I might add maybe another coat. So I might dry this off and then add sort of another coat of the powder. I think I will pick up a little bit of that. There we go. So this is the reason for needing the greaseproof paper behind the sheet, because obviously it will start to run on some of the other pages. But then I guess that can add to you know, add to the effect of other pages. It might be quite nice, but that's why as well I always leave a page in between. Plus, if you're starting to sort of stick things in, it's obviously going to sort of really bulk that book out. Right, I am now going to start picking some of these up. I haven't dried it off fully at the moment, but I am going to add some more. I think with this you do need to add layers as opposed to just, you know, going in for it. And I want it quite dark in the center, so yeah, I'm just adding another layer to that. Well, that's looking much better. I think I might leave it at that and now dry that off before it starts pooling too much. Love the effect of the powders. They are lovely, aren't they? I said I don't usually do the technique where you actually sprinkle the powders on. Obviously when you sprinkle them on, you do get more of sort of that firework effect with them. I tend to sort of smoosh with them a bit more. And of course with these you have got that lovely pearly effect. I can't show you at the moment because while I have got these like wet patches here, I will show you shortly. But yeah, it is ever so sort of pearly. Oh, hi Joe. Sorry I'm late. I didn't realise you were on today. Oh no, it's nice of you to join. Right, I'm now just, because as you can see it sort of seeped a little bit into the corners, into the edge of the book, so I'm just going to dry that off. And you can always lift the page up and start drying it from the underside. Now I do want to make sure this is quite dry before I start doing other things on it and sticking things down. So I'm afraid this is going to be on a little while and you've just got to put up with me chit-chattering. So yeah, definitely go in from the other side because it does dry it off a little bit quicker. I'm just going to unpeg this for a minute and kind of lift it up. So it's going out of focus a bit there, isn't it? I'm just going to turn it over and dry it off from this side a little bit. I know it looks a complete mess at the moment and it is very rippled, but I showed you the other pages and they do definitely you know, straighten out as long as you sort of leave it to dry first and then just stand something really heavy, or you could even sort of clamp it. Right, I'm going to get rid of that peg now because the book's kind of staying open. Right, I think that's sort of dry enough for me to work on now. Right, so I'm going to grab my crackle stamp. So this is CI116. I love this stamp. Do you know what? I think when I first started out crafting, I kind of kept seeing all these like texturized stamps and things and thought, no, don't need them. They're a bit of a waste of money. I'm not buying any of them, but actually they are a must in your collection. I think they just go with so many different things. They fill in like areas, you know, I think they make a project. So I'm not even mounting this. I'm just kind of holding it in my hand. I'm not using the whole stamp. I'm just using little areas of it. And I'm just literally sort of stamping it randomly. Again, sticking to this kind of diagonal path across the 2 pages. I can see a cat's face in that. Oh, can you? I wonder where that was. I can't see that. You'll have to perhaps point it out to me, Mum, a little bit later. So yeah, I'm just sort of stamping it anywhere really. Just little sections, and I'm using the VersaFine Clear Black. Maybe a bit up there. When I was planning to do the card version of this, I did actually stamp some of the inky script background. But of course, because I'm doing that, because I've got the text in the book, I'm just kind of keeping it at that. And I'm going to get rid of that stamp before I lose it. Right, I'm now going to pop this aside. So that's all I'm going to really do now for the background of that. I'm now going to start on some of the butterflies. So I'll pop that over here. Now, as I said, I have already pre-cut some of the butterflies because you really didn't want to see me cutting all of them out. So they were a mixture, for those of you that, oh, I've just lost a few butterflies there. So that was a mixture of CI437. So some of these, I've used a few of the smaller butterflies here. And I've also used some of the butterflies on here, but I'm also going to stamp another couple out. If I can find my piece of card. I can see a dog. Oh, that's interesting. I think somebody's going to have to point these faces out to me a little bit later in the live. Right, where's my stamp block gone? Whoops, brush gun on the floor. Right, I've got some very noisy pigeons in the background. I don't know if you can hear them. Right, that's all on. I'm now I think I just want to use, because I've got most of the others, I'm just going to use this top one. I think I might stamp it out twice. So I'm not going to ink the whole stamp up. There we go, and I'm just going to use my Baron tool here. There we go, and I'm going to stamp it out again. Hopefully I'll have time to cut the 2 out. We'll see how time goes. There we go. Yeah, we can hear the pigeons, can you? They've been really, I think they're sitting on my garage roof. They've been very noisy at the moment. Right, I'll pop that to the side and grab my scrap paper, and I'm now just going to emboss this with some Wow ultrafine embossing powder. Oh, hi Gwen, it's nice of you to join. Right, so I'm just going to emboss these now with the heat gun. I did say there's quite a lot of heat gun work in this one. I am sorry. The colouring is really good. Oh, thank you. I've used Ecoline pens today. Haven't used them for ages. I think we tend to go through phases, don't we, of using different things. I think my go-to is Pro markers, but yeah, I just went with the watercolours this time. I think that's done. I'm just tilting that, yep. Right, where's my scissors? Here they are. I'll just snip these out really quick. What is the time? Let's see if I can try and do the two of them, if I can. So I'm just going to snip them out. That's where you make a lot of mess. I think yesterday when I was cutting the cutting all those other butterflies out, there was literally card all over my floor. I had to get the hoover out and hoover all the tiny little bits up. That's the only problem, isn't it, with cutting out? You end up with a lot of mess. I have the Ecoline pens, but I haven't used them yet. Yeah, I mean, I don't, I said you've seen a lot of my lives, I think, Chris. I think my go-to is just the Pro markers, to be honest. I think they're just really quick and easy to use. And I think because I've used them for so many years, I mean, I wouldn't want to change onto another brand because, you know, I know what sort of most of the colours are and how they're going to turn out and what sort of colours go with what. If I sort of go to another colouring medium, I have to sort of think about it really and sort of have a bit of a play on some scrap paper before using them. Oh, you can hear the seagulls as well. Yep, the seagulls are out. I think they've stopped now. Luckily, I don't get many seagulls in the garden. They tend to stay away, but as soon as if you put bread out, they all come swarming down. So I don't do that. The little birds don't tend to eat much bread anyway, so. But I think if the pigeons are making that much noise on the garage, they must, I reckon they've probably run out of seed. Sorry, we'll have to watch on catch up or have an appointment soon. We'll definitely give this a try. Oh, don't worry. Thank you for joining though, Marjorie. Luckily, there's not too much involved in, you know, butterflies are quite simple to cut out. Apart from their antennae, that can be a little bit fiddly. I think yesterday I did manage to snip the antennae off of one of the butterflies, but luckily the way I'd snipped them off, I sort of managed to stick them back on. But if you're not comfortable with doing the antennae, you could always stamp the butterflies directly in the book, or just draw them on once you've stuck your butterflies down. You'll notice that I leave sort of a bit of a gap round them, but then when I colour them in, I usually colour in that sort of, you know, the white around it sort of with a brown pen. Coming out of your comfort zone can sometimes bring you some nice surprises. Yeah, it certainly can. I think though very often, because it's sort of depending on what I'm doing and stuff, usually I want to do something sort of quickly, so I just grab what I know. I'll just get rid of that mess. I'm trying to, half of it's gone on the floor, look already. Never mind. Right, so I'm now going to grab my Ecolines. So for the main bodies, I'm just going to do them brown, and I'm going to go straight on with the brown pen, and you can see I'm colouring in those antennae. Now I always prefer to cut then colour, because if I'm just going to get rid of that. I've got some black ink there. I don't want that all on the bottom of my hand. Oh, I can't think what I was saying. Yeah, I always prefer to cut then colour, just because if there's any white line around the edge of what you've cut, you can kind of disguise it a little bit. Right, where's my brush and my water? I had to bring in an extra pot of water today, just because I thought I've got my other brush in the oh, I can't think, in my actual paint pot. What should we go for? A bit of pink. So I'm now going to just go in, add a bit of orange as well in somewhere here. Some pink on the ends. I'm not really colouring them, you know, I'm just being quite loose with the colouring on the butterflies here. I'm just going to add some brown streaks. Might add some darker brown to around the edge as well. There we go. So that's that one coloured. I might do this one slightly different, so I'll go with some orange on this one. See if I can remember where I've actually put all the different colours now. So just try and do them sort of the same roughly on each side. So that was the orange, wasn't it? That's quite vibrant, that orange. Maybe some more around there, and might add some tiny bit of pink, and also some more brown. Actually, I need to add a bit more brown. I'm gonna add another pile of brown there just because that's a bit wet. So just fill in those last little, those last gaps in the brown tones. So you can see I've been really rough with that. There's not really much to sort of colour in that at all. Right, I'm just going to get rid of that before I make a mess. And then what I was going to do, now I've spoken about this stuff quite a bit before. I don't know if I've ever actually used it on to add some shimmer to butterfly, you know, on the actual images or not. I can't remember what I've done in the past now. So what I'm going to do, so this is the Winsor & Newton iridescent medium. I love this stuff. I said I bought it so many years ago. I'm just going to add, because I want it sort of quite watered down, I'm going to add some to my messy mat just there. And then I'm just going to go in on just some of the butterflies. I'm not going to do it on all of them. And just add some sort of shimmer to the wings. I said I love this stuff. I bought it from an art shop quite a few years ago now. I don't know, I'll hold that up, but I don't know if you're going to see it very well on the camera. I'll have to catch up later. Not to worry. Thank you for joining me. Hi Tracy, your butterflies are really pretty. Oh, thank you. I don't know if you can see that shimmer on there. Just about, I think. So therapeutic to watch. Oh, thank you. So as I said, I'm not going to do it on all of them. I'm just going to pick out sort of a few butterflies. And again, I'm going to, no, that's a bit too, there we go. Pick out sort of areas on just a few butterflies. Add some more water to that. Just to add sort of a shimmer to some of them. Perhaps do it on this one. This one's looking a little dull. I don't know if you can see if I'm working off camera there. Let's go for this one. said you can't see it that clear what I'm doing with the shimmer, but it is there. Right, let's get rid of that pot now and get rid of that, and I'll bring my book back and we can start sticking these down. I'm going to take these out now. Don't really need them. Right, so I'm just going to position them to see roughly where I want them. Trying to do it so that we've got, because I think I've got about 2 of each butterfly, so I'm going to try and do it so that I've got, you know, 1 of each on, except for these large ones. I've only got one of them. So we'll just lay them out roughly at the moment. That's that one there. Where do we want that one? Maybe there. Right, so I think I'll just stick them down really quickly. Where's my glue gone? I've got about 4 different glues sitting on my desk somewhere. And do you think I can see any of them? Oh, there they are. That one will do. Right, so I'm going to make sure that I put some glue on the antennae. We definitely want them stuck down. Now, if I was doing this on the card that I showed you a little while ago, what I would do is just curl the wings slightly. But because they're going in the book and I don't really want much, you know, I don't want any 3D stuff going on in here. I'm just, oops, sticking them flat. That's gorgeous. I know what I'm doing this evening. I'll make sure you share a picture of anything that you do, Sue. So when you do it, just try and stick them all a bit hickledy-pickledy. You don't really want them all going the same way. Ooh. Oh, I've used far too much glue there. You sort of get the idea. Don't know where I was going to go with that one. Yeah, I think I might maybe do that there. Group of butterflies called a kaleidoscope. I didn't know that. So thank you for that, Stephanie. It's very interesting. So we've got a kaleidoscope of butterflies going on in this journal today. So that way. Where are we going? Just trying to figure out where to position them all. Don't really want that too close to the spine of the book. So I'll move that in a fraction. Oh, it's not sticking down too well at the moment. I'm just going to hold that for a second. I'll go that way with that one. That one's not stuck down very well either. I think because I'm trying to do it quickly, I'm not holding them down, so they're not sort of gripping too well. Let's go that way. And the last butterfly, I think, I'll hold the book up in just a minute to make sure that I have actually done them all. Is that all of them stuck? No, missed one. It's a bit like spacing out the baubles of the Christmas tree. Yes, it is. Trying to get them all different ways as well is quite... Yeah, right. Let's put the glue on that. Now, what I have also done... let me snip that out. I've already stamped some words out. I'm just trying to find the packets to show you. Oh, yeah. So I've used the Let Your Dreams Take Flight off of CI 605. This is one of the sets that I was lucky enough to design for Crafty individuals. And also CI 258. I think I've already got, yeah, I've already got them stamped out. Now I'm not going to use the whole thing. I've actually just circled a few select words on this. So I'm just going to snip some of them out. So it's always quite handy actually having one of these pre-stamped, just so that you can sort of, you know, cut out certain words. So I've got, what I got there, happiness. I just thought words that are sort of could be linked with the with butterflies, really. So yeah, just cut a few out, and I'm just gonna kind of stick them and dot them around. Enchanted, I think that's a must, isn't it? So I don't think I'm even cutting these out very straight. I'm just kind of going for it. Let me cut this one out so I can kind of see where that's going to be positioned. Like I said, I'm not too worried about cutting them straight or anything. I just wanted them quite sort of funky, sort of dotted around. Any idea if the sale is on? Yes, it is still on. So grab yourself a bargain. Use the big sale at the checkout, and you should still get 35% off all items. But as I said at the beginning, I know a couple of weeks ago Jean said that she was running quite low on the red rubber, so just bear that in mind. Because yeah, they might not be available for much longer, which is really sad. Random is good. It certainly is. I think it's quite fun to do, isn't it? So I've got perfect, enchanted, magical. I think butterflies are quite magical, aren't they? Ooh. Where can I go up there? What do you think? I've got joy here. That might be a nice one. I said, rather than me trying to find certain words before the live, I did sort of circle a few that I was hoping to use. Freedom, I think that's a nice one, because they are, butterflies are kind of free, aren't they? The, you know, the way they flitter about freely, it's gorgeous. Love watching how butterflies flitter around. And we'll just go for happiness, I think. So yeah, I've just picked out random words. There's probably different words that you'd probably prefer to use. Said I haven't cut any of these out straight. If you look at them, they are quite wonky in places. But yeah, I'm just sort of, I think I'll put the happiness up there. Just trying to work out I've got two happinesses, never mind. Right, I'm gonna just stick these down now. Wonderful words for your butterflies. They do work really well, don't they? There's so many words that could be used for so many different projects on these. I said, I think that set is another sort of must-have set. Because, yeah, there's just so many different sets that they'll work with. I love them on that smoky background. Well, thank you. They look absolutely gorgeous. I'm just trying to read through some of your comments while I'm sticking some of these down. The background really makes the butterflies look like they are flying out of the page. Thank you. So enchanted. Let's stick that down. Actually, I think maybe might move that down. Yeah, I'm going to have that down there, I think. Trying to figure out what I've stuck down and what I haven't. I should really get the little tweezers out, but that one's not stuck. So to make these pop out in a minute, I might go around them with a black pen. And just add some sort of funky lines. Right, which ones haven't I stuck down? So I think it's just 2 more to go. Extremely gorgeous. Oh, thank you, Jean. Right, so yeah, it's just, I think that's now all of them stuck down. I think I'll do the tip test. Yep, they're all stuck. So I'm now just going to grab a micron pen. I'll put the pin back in that. Don't want to, sorry, I'm just trying to find the right thickness. I might go for a 5 thickness. And I'm just going to kind of just do some very sort of random lines around the cut out words. And they really are random, you know. I don't think you have to worry too much about, you know, neat and tidy. I think it is just it's just to make them sort of pop out a little bit. And I think the whole point of doing these journals, you know, it's not like a card where sometimes things have to be sort of straight and all that. The journals are just a bit of fun, aren't they? So you can sort of play about, be quite rough, doodle in them, you know, do lots of doodly lines. You could even doodle some sort of swirls and things, I think, couldn't you, on these? So yeah, there's lots that you could do. Ooh. So yeah, as you can see, I've just gone round all of them. I think that's all of them. Yeah, so I've gone round all of them very roughly. I'll just hold that up and hope that you can see it. And yeah, but as I said, so definitely leave this open if you're going to do a project in a junk journal like this, in a book. Leave the pages open to dry, because as I said, the spine here is quite, actually it has actually dried, but it might be, yeah, so on this page it is a little bit wet. So I'm going to leave this open, probably even for a good day. And then I'll close it up and just stand something really heavy on it, and it will flatten up. I mean, these pages here, my previous pages I actually do use the similar technique here with the Pretty Gets Gritty powders, because it is quite shimmery. So yeah, you can see that I've used it on these ones. And I mean, that's flattened out. It's a little bit rippled still around the edge, but I quite like it. I said I really love having all the text and everything behind it. But yeah, so yeah, hopefully it will flatten up. I will get a picture of this at some point and put it up on the page. I'm hoping that I've read most of the comments. Random is good, thanks Tina. I've had a few orders delivered and even sent 9 stamps over to Germany. Oh goodness. Beautiful pages, wonderful words to your wonderful butterflies, extremely gorgeous. The effect is lovely. Wonderful demo, thank you. I purchased a few vintage books to do this, thinking I'm not bothered, then googled and found some worth some decent money. Yeah, be careful what books you use, obviously. I mean, I had quite a few books. I used to do sort of book folding, probably like many people used to do several years ago, and I had quite a few books that were sort of just sitting there. I said so many books go to landfill every year, so I kind of see it that you're just sort of rescuing a book, and you're making something pretty out of it that can be kept for ages. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. I said I will pop some pictures up of this in the next, either later on or perhaps in the morning or something. But yeah, don't forget, please post pictures of all your favourite makes from over the past few years, or our new challenge. Well, it's not really a crafty challenge as such. I think it's just nice to sort of show our appreciation of crafty individuals, and I thought it'd be nice to sort of make you know, flood the group with anything using our favourite stuff. So please join in the sort of challenge using your favourite stamps, and please share older makes that you really enjoyed doing. But yeah, anyway, enjoy the rest of your week and take care, everyone. Bye.